Some secrets don't break love in one loud moment. They break it slowly. In silence. In the space between what is said and what is hidden, the ranch looks peaceful at sunset. The sky turns orange. The wind moves softly through the tall grass. Horses walk near the fence like nothing in the world is wrong. From far away, everything feels calm, safe, steady. But sometimes the most dangerous storms begin under a quiet sky. At Heartland, three hearts are standing on the edge of something they can no longer avoid. Ty stands on the porch, his hands inside his jacket pockets. He watches Amy near the barn. He tells himself he did the right thing. He repeats it in his mind like a promise. I was protecting her. I had no choice. But the words feel weaker than they did before. The sunset light touches his face, but it does not warm him. Guilt has a way of making even golden light feel cold. Amy stands near the barn door, looking at Spartan. She runs her hands slowly along his neck. Her face is calm, almost peaceful, but her eyes are far away. For days now, she has been smiling when people look at her. She answers questions. She joins dinner. She says she is fine. But when she thinks no one is watching, her expression changes. It is not simple sadness. It is something heavier. Something she is carrying alone. Nathan watches from inside the house. Through the window, he can see both of them. The space between Amy and Ty feels wider than it used to be. He knows why. And that truth sits heavy in his chest. He told himself staying quiet was loyalty. He told himself it was not his place to interfere. But silence can grow sharp edges. And now those edges are cutting through all three of them. Earlier that morning, Amy had been working with a nervous horse brought to the ranch. The horse refused to move. Its body was tense. Its eyes were unsure. Amy did not pull hard on the reins. She did not shout. She stood still. She spoke softly. She waited. Slowly, the horse began to breathe easier. It took one small step forward, then another. Trust was not forced. It was earned. Ty had watched that moment. There was a time when Amy spoke to him that same way. Soft, open, honest. But lately, when he tries to talk to her, her answers are short, careful, guarded. The warmth that once came easily now feels distant. At breakfast, the silence had been louder than any argument. Forks touched plates. Coffee cups were lifted and set down again. Nathan tried to start a simple conversation about a new training plan. Amy answered without looking up. Ty responded without emotion. No one raised their voice. No one needed to. The tension was thick enough to fill the whole room. Secrets do not always shout. Sometimes they sit quietly at the table as the sun lowers behind the hills. Amy steps away from Spartan and looks out across the field. The wind moves her hair across her face. She does not brush it away. She looks like someone thinking about a road only she can see. Ty takes one step forward from the porch. He wants to walk to her. He wants to ask what is wrong. He wants to confess everything and end this quiet distance. But fear holds him back. Fear that once the truth is spoken, nothing will stay the same. Inside the house, Nathan turns away from the window. His phone sits on the kitchen table. He remembers the day Ty came to him weeks ago. The call, the offer, the decision made without Amy. He remembers how scared Ty looked. Not angry, not jealous, scared. And Nathan had nodded. He had agreed to stay silent. Now that silence feels heavier than any lie. Outside, the sky grows darker. The ranch still looks peaceful. Horses move slowly. The world feels calm. But inside that calm, something is breaking. Not loudly, not yet. Just a small crack spreading through trust tonight. That crack will grow, and none of them are ready for what happens when the truth finally steps into the light. The truth doesn't arrive like a storm. It starts as a feeling you can't explain. A pause that lasts too long. A look that feels different than before. The next morning, the ranch wakes up like it always does. The sky is soft blue. The air is cool. Horses move slowly across the field. From the outside, nothing has changed. But inside the house, the quiet feels heavier than yesterday. Amy is already awake before the sun fully rises. She stands in the barn alone, resting her forehead gently against Spartan. His breathing is slow and steady. She listens to it like it is the only thing keeping her calm. Animals don't hide things. They don't make choices for you. They respond to honesty. That is why she feels safer here than inside the house. Her mind keeps replaying small moments from the past few weeks. A missed phone call. An email that suddenly stopped. A conversation that felt unfinished. At first she blamed herself. Maybe she wasn't ready. Maybe she wasn't good enough. Maybe the opportunity simply disappeared, but deep down, something never felt right. She steps back from Spartan and looks at the barn door. The sunrise light begins to spill across the floor. It feels like the start of something, or the end. Behind her, she hears footsteps. She doesn't turn around right away. She already knows who it is. Ty stops a few feet away from her. Not too close. Not too far. The space between them feels careful now, like both of them are afraid to cross it. "I couldn't sleep," he says quietly. Amy nods, but keeps her eyes on the horse. Me neither. The silence that follows is not comfortable. It is waiting. Ty takes a slow breath. He has practiced what to say in his head. He has told himself he will explain everything calmly, that she will understand, that she will see he only wanted to protect her. But standing here now, with the morning light exposing everything, his words feel smaller. "I've been thinking," he begins. "About the training program." Amy's fingers pause on Spartan's mane. She says nothing. She lets him continue. "I did what I thought was best," he says. "For us," that word us, Amy finally turns to face him. Her expression is calm, but her eyes are clear and focused. "Did you?" she asks softly. Ty feels the question land heavier than he expected. It is not angry. It is not loud. It is honest. "I didn't want you to get hurt," he continues quickly. "It was far away. It was risky. You would have been alone." Amy studies his face carefully. "Alone?" she repeats. "Or independent?" Ty looks away for a second. The difference between those two words is sharp. Inside the house, Nathan stands near the kitchen table again. He can see them through the open barn door. He doesn't need to hear their voices to know the conversation has started. His chest tightens. This is the moment he feared. Back in the barn, Amy steps a little closer to Ty. Not in anger. In clarity. "Something didn't just disappear," she says. "Opportunities don't vanish without a reason." Ty's heartbeat quickens. He knows she is getting closer to the truth. And he knows once it is fully spoken, he cannot take it back. "I made a call," he admits slowly. Amy's eyes do not widen. She does not look shocked. She looks like someone who finally found the missing piece. "You made a call," she repeats. Ty nods once. "I told them you weren't interested." The words hang between them. The barn feels smaller. Amy blinks, but she doesn't cry. She doesn't raise her voice. She simply asks, "Why?" Because that is the real question. Ty runs a hand through his hair. "Because I knew you would say yes, and that was a problem." She asks. "It would have taken you away," he answers. "From the ranch." "From everything we've built." Amy lets out a slow breath. "You mean from you?" The honesty in her voice cuts deeper than anger ever could. Nathan takes one step outside the house now. He doesn't mean to interrupt. But he knows this conversation is not finished. And he knows his silence is part of it. Inside the barn, Ty shakes his head. "I was scared," he admits. "I thought if you left, you might not come back the same." Amy's expression softens slightly, but not in forgiveness. In understanding. "Of course, I wouldn't come back the same," she says. "That's the point of growth." The word growth feels heavy in the air. Ty realizes something in that moment. He didn't just try to protect her from risk. He tried to protect himself from change. Amy steps back, creating a small distance between them again. "You didn't trust me to choose?" she says quietly. "That's not true," he replies quickly. "Then why didn't you tell me?" she asks. Ty opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. because there is no answer that makes it better. At that exact moment, Nathan reaches the barn entrance. He stops when he hears the last question. He sees Ty's silence. He sees Amy waiting, and he knows the truth is no longer just Ty's to carry. The morning light grows stronger, filling the barn with gold. But the warmth does not reach them. The secret has been spoken, but it is not the whole story, and they all know it. Sometimes, betrayal is not loud. It is a slow realization. The moment you understand that the people who love you made a future without you in it. Amy does not move for a long time after Ty's confession. The barn feels different now. The air feels thin, like it is harder to breathe. Spartan shifts beside her, sensing the tension, but she keeps her hands steady on his back. She refuses to let her emotions rush ahead of her thoughts. "You told them I wasn't interested," she says again, softer this time. Not as a question, as a fact. Ty nods. He wants to step closer, but he can feel that she needs space. The distance between them is no longer about anger. It is about something deeper. Broken trust. "I thought I was saving us," he says. Amy turns fully toward him now. Saving us from what? Before Ty can answer, another voice enters the space. From change. Nathan steps inside the barn. Both of them look at him. The silence shifts. It is no longer just between Amy and Ty. It now includes him. And that changes everything. Ty's jaw tightens. "This isn't your place." Nathan ignores that. He looks directly at Amy. His eyes carry guilt. He can no longer hide. "There's more," he says quietly. Amy feels her stomach drop, but her face stays calm. She already senses it. The secret was never just one decision. "What else?" she asks. Nathan swallows hard. They called again. Ty closes his eyes for a brief second. This is the part he hoped would stay buried. They were willing to adjust the program. Nathan continues. Shorter timeline. More support. Even partial training here before you left? Amy doesn't blink. And, she asks. Nathan looks at Ty once before answering. He told them, you still weren't interested. The words echo inside the barn. For a moment, there is no sound at all. Not even the wind. Amy slowly lowers her hand from Spartan. She feels the ground shift under her, but she stands still. Her voice, when it comes, is steady. So it wasn't just one call? Ty steps forward now. Amy, I was trying to protect what we have. By speaking for me, she asks. Her calmness is sharper than shouting would have been. Nathan feels the weight of his own silence pressing against his chest. He takes another step forward. I should have told you, he says. I thought he would. I thought it would work itself out. Amy turns her eyes to him. There is no anger in them, just disappointment. You both decided, she says slowly. Both of you agreed that I didn't need to know. Ty shakes his head. That's not what this was. Then what was it? She asks. Fear. That is the word none of them said out loud. Ty finally lets it slip. I was afraid. Of what? Amy presses. That if you left, you'd realize you don't need this place anymore, he says. You wouldn't need me. The honesty lands heavy. Nathan adds quietly, I was afraid to. Ty looks at him sharply. Don't. But it's too late. I didn't want things to change, Nathan continues. I didn't want to lose what we have here. Amy studies them both. Two men, two different reasons. Same outcome? And neither of you asked what I wanted, she says. No one answers. Because they can't. The barn feels darker now, even though the sun is rising. Light can fill a room and still not fix what is broken inside it. Amy takes a slow breath. Her eyes move between them, not searching for comfort, not searching for apology, searching for truth. You were scared I would grow, she says. That's not fair, Ty replies. It is, she answers. Growth changes things. It challenges comfort. It forces people to adjust. Nathan looks down at the ground. He knows she is right. You thought protecting me meant holding me still. Amy continues. But that's not protection. That's control. The word hangs in the air like a sharp edge. Ty flinches slightly. I never tried to control you. You decided my future without me, she says gently. What else would you call that? There it is. Clear, unavoidable. Nathan feels the moment slipping beyond repair. We thought we were helping, he says quietly. Amy gives a small, sad smile. Helping who? Neither of them answers. Because the answer is obvious now. The truth is no longer about a training program. It is about something bigger. It is about voice, choice, respect. Amy steps away from both of them. Not dramatically, not angrily, just enough to stand on her own. For weeks, she says, I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought maybe they changed their minds about me. Ty's face shifts with regret. That was never true. But you let me believe it, she replies. That sentence hits harder than anything else. The barn door creaks slightly as the wind moves it. Outside, the ranch still looks peaceful. Horses graze. The sky grows brighter. Inside, something has broken open. Amy looks at them one last time. This isn't just about leaving, she says. It's about whether I have a voice here at all. The question settles deep into the space between them, and neither man is sure how to answer it.